Hello students. In today's session we'll discuss about chapter 2 of history, nationalism in India. Today we'll talk about call of non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement. In 1922, an active violence that completely shocked Mahatma Gandhi and other Congress leaders was the Chora Chori incident. In Chora Chori, a peace demonstration at liquor shop turned violent. To control the crowd, police opened fire. In this firing, few satyagrahis got killed, while some of them were injured. The agitated crowd set the police station on fire, where the policemen had locked themselves. In this incident, several policemen were burnt alive. Shocked by such widespread violence, in February 1922, Mahatma Gandhi decided to take back the non cooperation movement. At this time, a lot was going on within the Congress as well. Tired of mass struggle, some Congress leaders wanted to participate in the election to the provincial councils. While joining these councils, Congress leaders hoped to have their say in the British policies, oppose the wrong policies, and suggest reforms. To argue for Indian representation in the councils, Motilal Nehru and Chittaranjan Das formed the Swaraj Party within the Congress in 1922. Young leaders such as Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose opposed the formation of this party and stressed on full independence based on socialist ideas. They demanded a radical mass movement. In the 1920s, two factors influenced the growth of national movement: the worldwide economic depression and the formation of Simon Commission under Sir John Simon. With the economic depression by 1930, the price had an all-time low. This impacted the exports of agricultural goods, and peasants found it difficult to sell their produce and gather money for revenue. The Simon Commission was a statutory commission which aimed at looking the constitution system of India and suggest changes. It was an all-white commission without any Indian representation. In 1928, when Simon Commission came into India, all parties such as Congress and Muslim League protested against it by saying Simon Commission go back. To pacify the leaders, Lord Irwin, the Viceroy, gave a name to Dominion status to India and also proposed roundtable conference. The Congress leaders were not happy with these proposals. In the Lahore session of Congress 1929, Jawaharlal Nehru declared the demand for Purna Swaraj means full independence. The call of Purna Swaraj did not create much enthusiasm among people. Therefore, Mahatma Gandhi felt to need to express the idea of freedom using issues everyday life. Mahatma Gandhi discovered that salt was a common unifying bond. It was a common ingredient in the food of both the rich and the poor. Mahatma Gandhi viewed the tax on the salt and the monopoly of the government on its production as downright oppressive. So, on 31st January 1930, he sent a letter to Lord Irwin stating 11 wide ranging demands of various classes of India. He also stated the launch of civil disobedience in the case of the demands of the people were not met by 11th of March. Even refused to negotiate. Mahatma Gandhi launched a salt march from Sabarmati Ashram to the coast town of Dandi in Gujarat. Dandi March served as a good communication platform as Mahatma Gandhi stopped at the villages and told people about his vision of Swaraj. Mahatma Gandhi and 78 volunteers marched around 24 days and reached Dandi on 6th of April. Mahatma Gandhi broke the salt law by boiling sea water. This marked the beginning of civil disobedience movement. People refused to pay taxes on salt. Government was not expecting it. There was huge protest across India. Abdul Ghaffar Khan, who was a disciple of Gandhiji, he was arrested in 1930s in Peshawar. Gandhiji was also arrested. Over 1 lakh people were arrested in the salt satyagraha. Considering the Gandhi Event Pact, it was being proposed Gandhiji called off the salt satyagraha. Civil disobedience movement was called off once after the salt satyagraha. Gandhiji participated in Gandhi Event Pact in the second roundtable conference held at London. In India, the scenario was different now. Many of the leaders were arrested. The Congress was declared illegal. Patidars of Gujarat and the Jats of Uttar Pradesh, who were producing commercial crops, gaining cash income, but that was slowly and gradually disappearing, and it was impossible for them to pay government the revenue that was demanded. So, refusal of the government to reduce the revenue demand led to resentment. Peasants joined radical movement led by socialists and communists. Indian merchants and industrialists made a great profit and got powerful. For the businessmen, Swaraj meant an end of oppressive colonial policies. They wanted an environment which could allow the business to flourish. The industrial workers showed lukewarm response to the civil disobedience movement. Women also participated in the civil disobedience movement in the large number. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you.